Okay, so here's the second part of our lecture, which is to demonstrate how to do some of those items that we identified as needing some potential work. So the first one was to turn a box green. So I've selected the box. I just click on it, and here's the paint bucket up at the top. So you go to the paint bucket and you can turn it. I usually use the one that's right below the bright green. Bright colors are hard to read for some people, so I try to use the pastel colors mostly. So that's how you do it if you have a text box. Um, Sometimes you need to do it within a box, in a table, so you can do that again, a box within a table. And let's say I've got some writing in that box. Now it gets a little bit tougher. Okay, so I'm going to go, okay, how big should that be? See, I can make it bigger or smaller if I just highlight that. I can make it bigger or smaller using the plus up or down. I can make it bold or not. And I do notice that capitals take up a little bit more room. So you've got the ability to do that too. So that's how you can adjust the size. There's a box up there that lets you do that. And there might even be a format table where you can, now that's just for merging and unmerging cells. It looks like most of the formatting is done. You click in the box. If you want to do a bunch of boxes at once so they're all the same, you can get them all the same. Okay, so those are some things that we can do. That was turn a box green and format text in a table. Now, another thing is to resize an image. So let me see if I've got an image here. Here's an image, and I'm just going to put it in. I'm going to Control C here and Control V here. So I see there's my image. Okay, it's sitting there. And if I move it sideways, it gets it all squishy. If I move it up or down, it gets all squishy. I want to get it up to the right size. Now, if I'm really only interested in the table itself, I can right click and I can, oh, that's not where, there's crop. Right click and crop, or if I select it, there's all sorts of ways that I can crop it here. I can crop it to a certain shape, or if I select hit crop, little edge views come up. So if I get on, you can barely see it on here, but I can crop it all the way down, crop it up, maybe crop it over if I, and then click outside. Now I've got just the part of the image that I was looking at. Now this is gray on gray. I might even want to put a border around it, and I can make the border different colors. So that's how you work with an image to get some cropping done. Okay, so fill in color, crop an image. Our next one to demonstrate is stay within the border. So that you can just say, if I'm going to put some text in over here, and I'm going to say my syllabus table, and maybe I want to make it a little bit bigger, highlight it and make it bigger and bold, and then I'm going to draw a line maybe or an arrow. I don't know. I never can tell which way arrows work. I went the right way. Yay. And I can make that a bolder, bigger, bolder arrow, and I can change the colors. Some of you have done this stuff already. So that's my syllabus from table. And I can see I'm going through things. This is really not on there correctly or properly, but maybe I do need it to be sort of right there. So I might put a background in there, and I might put a line around it. So these are all just minor things that you can do. Okay, but that's kind of outside of the area. So sometimes you might just pull it right up here and get rid of it. Okay, so it's outside of this area, but it's inside of all this area. So those are just some things. Try to clean it up so that this main box is, kept clean, this main box, and things are all within the page. Stay within the borders. And if you do have to go outside the borders, for whatever reason, try to clean it so that it's obvious and it's easy to read. And there we go. Those were the comments. So those are your fix up things. Basically, if you're going to work on something, click on it. Look at all the tools that pop up along the top, and and some things, if it's an image, once you click on it, all the cropping tools show up. So I'm gonna do a whole bunch of Control Z's because that was my template that I was just working on, and I'm gonna get it back to its original state. Whole bunch of Control Z's as we go, and I'll stop recording